thanks for continuing to watch this episode of Answering the Call. We're highlighting ministries all around the world who've done that, answering the call to share the gospel and make disciples. Our next story comes from College Station, Texas. With me is the co-founder, Sean Carney, of 40 Days for Life. Sean, thank you so much for joining Annette and I.
It's good to be on. Good to meet y'all in person, and thank y'all for traveling here.
Yeah, our pleasure. Lots going on in Texas, but why don't you tell our viewers a little bit about 40 Days for Life and how God put it on your heart to launch this ministry?
Well, 40 Days for Life is very simple. You know, it was birthed from 1 hour of prayer here in College Station because we saw our local abortion numbers rising. And in the fall of 2004, myself and David B. Wright, my wife, just spent, an hour in prayer asking, what is God calling us to do to help end abortion where we live? And from that hour of prayer came 40 days, of how God uses that throughout biblical history to transform communities and people. And so we decided to do 40 days of prayer and fasting, 40 days of community outreach, and 40 days of a nonstop peaceful vigil right outside of our only Planned Parenthood abortion facility. And that was the first 40 Days for Life campaign. And we saw 1,000 people get involved, and it was great locally, but we never imagined other cities would knock on our door, and they did. And so in the fall of 2007, we launched it nationally, and we do 2 nationally coordinated campaigns every single year. But it went from right outside here on the public right-of-way to now 769 cities in 50 different countries. And it's amazing how God takes something that there's nothing special about. It is the basics. It is prayer, it is fasting, it is showing up, and has spread that around the world. We've had 40 Days for Life in Hong Kong, in Nigeria, in London, and praise God for that. And we've seen 96 abortion facilities close their doors, including this one. We've had 177 abortion workers have a change of heart and leave their jobs.
Wow, that's just powerful. And you've written a book, a few.
Yes, the first book was 40 Days for Life that I wrote with my co-author, David B. Wright. And it was just 40 stories sharing how 40 Days for Life really started, from one simple hour of prayer and has now spread around the world. And so much has happened. We released that book for the 40th anniversary of Roe versus Wade. And so I wrote another book that is coming out on September the 12th, and it's called The Beginning of the End of Abortion. And it really highlights how we are at this pivotal point where, thank God, despite 45 years of legalized abortion, there is more momentum in the pro-life movement, and there's more hope that we've ever seen before in our culture when it comes to abortion, and we need to share that, and that hope is in the grassroots.
Yeah, well, praise God. We hope viewers will pick up a copy of that book. You also have lots of bumper stickers and signs, t-shirts and stuff that people can just be a billboard for the Lord, I always say, right?
A billboard for the Lord, yes. We have a 40daysforlifegear.com, which has become like a pro-life hub for a lot of pro-life gear. We have tons of bumper stickers and t-shirts and polos and wristbands, and it's amazing, everybody agrees that we need to end abortion, except for those who usually run the abortion industry. And so we've had 750,000 people participate in 40 Days for Life.
That's amazing.
None of them said it was easy, but they all said they didn't regret it, and it was beautiful, and God worked in some way.
Right. Well, that's awesome. Hey, stay tuned. We're going to get some more interviews from some folks that are working with 40 Days for Life, so you too can answer the call, partner with a ministry like this, and make a real impact for that baby in the womb, and also for those in the industry. Keep watching.
The heartbeat of 40 Days for Life is to end abortion peacefully and prayerfully in that community.
It's all about prayer and fasting. It's all about a peaceful vigil, and it's all about community outreach.
To stop the killing, the social scourge that is ongoing every day, and it's entirely legal, but it's entirely criminal.
To share the gospel of Jesus Christ. Because if they don't know the truth of what He's done for them, then they're not going to be changed.
And then also about taking that prayer, putting it into action, going in front of our local abortion facilities to be that peaceful witness and that visible sign of hope for the abortion workers, for the clients that are going in to possibly get abortions, and for anyone else in the community.
What I think is really awesome about it is just the magnitude of it. It's in so many cities and so many countries around the world. It looks different in different places. The laws are different in different places, what you can do, what you can't do, but the heart is the same everywhere, and God is in it everywhere, which is why it's producing the fruit it's producing.
40 Days for Life is changing lives. They are saving babies, and we are going to go out and pray in front of that facility. It's peaceful, it's loving, this is the right thing to do. The abortion facility is killing babies.
It's a very modest investment of time and energy, 1 hour, and you can do as many hours as you want, but if you do just 1 hour, you get a taste of what it is that takes place at an abortion facility and how your presence can help and your prayers can help save lives.
Getting them to coordinate each of the days and then helping to get church outreach going. So we spend months leading up to each campaign going to different churches every single weekend, Catholic, evangelical, Protestant churches, as many people as we can.
I would say go out, do it, get involved. 40daysforlife.com.